What's up, camera? Welcome back to the channel. This, of course, is another manga haul video. This, of course, is for the month of November. It is currently November 18th, 28th. God damn it. I even paused recording so I could check on that, but I still got it wrong. We got a lot of good stuff this haul. We've got some catching up we've done with the English release of some series. We've got some stuff that we got pretty early that I wasn't expecting to get this early. We got some light novels, actually. We got some extra, supplemental material for other series, and we finished collecting 2 series specifically. But as always, before we get started into the actual manga haul, there will be a timestamp in the description if you want to skip ahead to the haul. I'm just going to talk about some things that are important to me personally that are manga and anime related, I guess. And before you skip ahead, I will lay out exactly the topics that I'm going to be talking about, so if you are slightly interested in the topic, you can stick around instead of immediately skipping ahead. And I'm going to be very briefly mentioning the Land of the Lustrous stuff. Then I also want to talk about the manga Burn the Witch, and then real quick talk about Jump Festa 2021. I'm gonna keep this really brief because I've been complaining about this for the past 2-3 manga haul videos, but still no word from Kodansha about what is happening with Land of the Lustrous Volume 11. Before I started recording this, checked their website, checked Twitter, checked Amazon. There's still no relisting, and there's still no word from Kodansha about what's going on with Volume 11. So I'm very, very tempted to just go back and reread the 10 volumes that are out in English that I already own, of course, and then start reading the scanlations. However, as you will see in this video, that I do have a lot of manga that I would like to read before I start going back to rereading Land of the Lustrous. So I will, even though I am becoming very pessimistic about what's going to happen with Land of the Lustrous Volume 11, I will try to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe it's just like incompetent PR or something, and they just felt like saying nothing at all was the best option when delaying Volume 11, making it seem like they've outright decided to stop publishing the series. I could be entirely wrong. I don't know what's going on. The next thing I want to talk about real quick is Burn the Witch. As you all probably know, Tite Kubo's new manga. Season 1 already finished, the anime already aired. I watched the anime, and then I also decided to read the 4 chapters in the one-shot, whatever, digitally, because as of right now, there's no word on when it's coming out in English. Apparently, I hope it's early next year, but apparently the French release is already scheduled for February 2021. I believe I read that somewhere, but I could be entirely wrong about that. Well, all I'm hoping is for the English release around the same time. I know France has a much bigger manga market than in America. I don't really know why. I just know that that's like a fact. Like it's just a thing. Jump Fest 2021. It's going to be starting December 19th and going to the 20th of December. And the reason why I'm taking notice of it this time is because for a long time I didn't really know what Jump Festa was. I believe I heard the name, but I never really knew about things that happened there. But very recently, I of course have learned the Jump Festa will be pretty interesting, at least in my opinion, this year, because there are several announcements and panels that I'm looking forward to hearing information from. That, of course, being Burn the Witch and Bleach are both getting panels, so hopefully we'll get more information on Season 2 of Burn the Witch manga, and then we're also going to get some more information on the 1,000-Year Blood Red anime. As you probably know from past haul videos this year, I've become a big fan of Bleach and Tite Kubo in general, and you'll see some of that in this haul later on, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But also, I believe Chainsaw Man is going to be getting a panel there. I don't remember exactly what it is, but hopefully, I believe Chainsaw Man already got confirmed for an anime, which I'll be pretty excited for because I read the first volume, obviously, and I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to see where that goes, and because apparently the manga is going to be ending soon, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I read that somewhere. Now that I've got all the way, it's time to actually get into the actual. So let's just start with the most volumes in a series. That being, picking that up one-handed with my non-dominant hand was not a great idea. But we got the complete box set for Tokyo Ghoul Re. Now, funny story, I actually owned up to maybe volume 12 or 13 of the manga earlier this year, but I decided to sell it for 2 reasons. One, they announced the full box set was going to be coming out in October. Also because I just wasn't reading them very often. I believe I got, let me just start showing off some of the cover art, but I believe I got to around volume 4 or 5. I was about at the end of the auction sweep portion of the story and about the start of the Rose op. Currently, I just finished volume 6, so the reading's going a lot better. I've become way more like interested in reading this. The reason I think I was so like not very passionate about reading this when I originally had a bunch of the volumes is because I was burnt out of the anime. I didn't watch I believe I watched a little bit of season 3, which is Tokyo Ghoul Re season 1, when it initially aired, but I didn't watch part 2 just because I didn't really enjoy part 1. That's where I am in volume 6, and so around the time that I had all those volumes, I watched part 2, and I guess I was just so like burnt out because of the terrible adaptation that I just decided not to read them. Like, even though I really wanted to, I just like never got around to it. But now that like the anime's out of my system and I just don't care about it anymore, I've been reading the manga. It's been great so far. Art as always is great, and the story's been really interesting in my opinion. Apparently, after chapter 60, which is about where I'm at in the manga right now, it goes downhill, but not so sure because people said the same thing about Bleach, but I'm a fan of it now, so who's to say? While I'm showing off these covers, there's one more thing I'd like to quickly mention about the manga, is that I kind of miss the more simplistic, minimalistic covers of Tokyo Ghoul. That's not to say Suri Ishida is a bad artist. He's by no means a bad artist. He is a really great artist. What I mean when I say that is that I very much... is that these covers are great. He's a great artist, but I kind of miss these type of covers where it's just kind of simplistic character on a white background. And I know that some people might not agree when I say that I like those better, but it's the same for Bleach and Tokyo Ghoul, where I really like the minimalistic character in a white background for the covers for two separate reasons. The reason I like the Tokyo Ghoul one is because, as you can see, the style of the character drawn here is more of like a watercolor, and I think that's really interesting because that's not something you see very often in manga volume covers. So it was something that was very unique, and while it does keep the watercolor aesthetic, they just become a lot more complicated, and I'll say it again, I still really love the volume covers, but I do kind of miss them. And I think the reason that the Bleach covers, I think those are pretty obvious as to why I like the minimalistic look for them, and that's because the character design Tite Kubo has is just so good that you don't need much else. I mean, it might have been nice to see some of the more complex, I guess you could call it, covers with more background and stuff like that, but I didn't think they were necessary, and I love all the Bleach covers all the same. Then, of course, here we have the final 2 volumes. Oh boy, I'm pretty sure this is Rize on the cover of 15, and then obviously Kaneki, so god, I'm both excited and scared to see the end of the series. And this volume is thick as hell, goddamn. But it won't be the only thick volume we have in this haul. Alright, and so as you can see, that of course marks the first series that I completely collected during this haul. So now that we've done that, we might as well talk about the other one. And if you've watched the previous 2 haul videos, you'll know exactly what series this is. That of course is Dorohedoro. God, I'm so happy and sad at the same time. Having them all on one shelf, the entire series is just gorgeous, but I'm so sad to see it end because things are getting crazy. I just finished volume 18, so I've got 5 more volumes until I finish. Oh, I didn't even show the cover for this one. Very nice. And I guess I'll just have to go on to Q Hayashida's next manga, that being Die Dark, which unfortunately doesn't have an English release yet.
You drop this!
Q Hayashida is an amazing artist, and I love her. I love the story and characters in this. I can only imagine that she is improved, at the very least improved. This stuff is good. Did I even show the cover? I think I'm stupid. Now, there's not much I can really say about this series that I haven't already said since the other 2 hauls where I had the volumes for the series when I got 1 through 10 and 11 through 15. I'll repeat what I said very quickly. This shit's really good. Got some amazing artwork and characters, great story. Mappa, give us season 2 for the love of God, because shit gets so crazy. Like, I'm only here, and I'm very close to the end of the series. Apparently things get even whacker, or crazier, I don't know. And of course here we have the final volume, also thick as hell. I think, let me pull out volume 16 of Tokyo Ghoul Re again. Goddamn, thick last volumes. I guess that's just how it is. I'll keep that out there. It's gonna be too much of a hassle to try to put it back in. Alright, so again, said it before, I'll say it again, need a season 2. And I need an adaptation of the whole series. Like, I need to have, like, what happened to that one isekai anime where they announced a season 2 and season 3 at the end of season 1. This needs to happen. They need to announce it however many, like, season 2 and season 3 or season 4 even. Just however many seasons it would take to adapt the entire manga, because honestly, Dorohedoro deserves it. It's a great series. Primo shit here. Since I don't really know what else to say without really repeating those things, now that I've like done repeating what I've already said about the series, I kind of want to talk a little bit about what I've read so far in volumes 16, 17, and 18, because if I don't, then I'll just leave it at saying the exact same thing I've already said. So I'll put a timestamp on screen, skip ahead if you don't want spoilers for Dorohedoro, but man, a lot of crazy shit's been going on. In volume 16, some things start to go crazy. Nikaido starts turning into a devil. It's happened like a few volumes before this, but it's like really coming through now. We see a lot of things. Fujita is starting to be real cool. He's pulling ahead for the group, actually doing some work, putting some work in. Everything's just been going crazy, and it's all been so very good. And the art has also been great, and man, I'm so happy and so scared at the same time to finish this series, because it's just been so good. You know, Kaiman / Aikawa / I/Kai has turned into this weird creature. He's been eating some of the elites. That was really sad. When some of the cross-eye elites started getting killed and eaten by Kai or I don't know what name to call him right now because I don't know who he is yet. I start to see, we've got a definitive kind of answer by the end of volume 18, I believe. But until then, man, it's just been kind of crazy. That's really all you can describe it as. But things have been really interesting. Volume 18, of course, they were kind of teasing us a little bit with one of these chapters. Where is it? Here it is. the cover for, or not, the chapter art for chapter 112, and then they did it again later on. Come on, stop fucking with me. And then obviously the thing that I'm most like, oh yeah, right, and something's going on with Fujita and Tetsujo, I believe his name is, one of the cross-eye elites. Something's going on with him, because Shin's being controlled right now. And then, where is it? Yeah, and they're fighting. I'm excited to see what goes on between them, because I just want shit annoyed. Come on, Nikaido. Bro, I might have to censor some of this, because I forgot how much, like, occasional full frontal nudity this series has. But the thing I'm most excited to see continue on in the next volume is this right here. Bro, tell me Kaiman's coming back. It's been too long since I've had my goofy lizard version of Okuyasu. God damn it. Oh my god. So good. Oh, also, what's really unfortunate, got all the regular, the modern Viz logos, but then just this one had to be Viz Media. Fuck's sake. Oh, right. I should probably show this off. I haven't hung it up yet, but the Tokyo Ghoul box set also came with a double-sided poster. Oh, this is terrible. This is what the one side looks like. Here's what the other side looks like. It's a very nice poster. Haven't put them up yet. There's a lot of, like, posters and stuff that I have that I just haven't put up yet, because I don't know where to put them. My walls are so empty, and, like, whenever I do to hang up these posters, they always end up getting damaged in some way, which is so unfortunate. Oh, also, just remembered, real quick, I'll grab volume 1 so I don't spoil something from not only myself, but anyone else who hasn't gotten this far in the Tokyo Ghoul series. Oh my god. But one thing that I don't like about Tokyo Ghoul is the new thing they have going on here for the chapters. If we look here, I prefer how they look, there it is, in the original Tokyo Ghoul. Lord knows why, but they decided to completely change it. There's a better example of it. Right there. And I believe, yeah, there we go. These look way better in my opinion because they're more stylized, I guess. Whereas this one, just like some boring shapes. I don't know. I don't know whose decision it was for that. I'll get over it. We're just going to real quick talk about some of the volumes that I got early. And these are like real early. I've gotten slightly early before, but this is like really early. That is Chainsaw Man Volume 2 and Spy Family Volume 2. Now, I haven't read most of these yet. I've only read a little bit of Volume 2 of Chainsaw Man, and where I'm at right now. He just killed the Blood Demon, and then, or the Bat Demon, or whatever it was called, and now Denji's about to go fight the demon, the devil's girlfriend. These are supposed to come out December 1st, but I got these last Friday, which would be the 20th of November. And these are the earliest I've gotten series. These are supposed to come out December 1st, but I got them November 20th. So that's really epic. There's not much I can really say, except for I got these early, and I'm pretty excited to read these. This is like one of my favorite comedy series right now. This is a very promising new action manga. I'm really enjoying it so far. Don't want to spoil too much for myself, at the very least. But the action is still really great. You know, I've gotten used to the sort of a scratchy, like a rough-looking style. And yeah, the action still looks great. Glad Volume 2 has Power on the cover because I'm enjoying Power a lot. Again, not much I can say because I haven't read a lot of either of those. Except for that I'm very excited to see what's next. I believe 4 of Spy Family and 3 of Chainsaw Man are coming out in February, because it's usually 2 months in between releases. I've already got those on pre-order as well as some other stuff. Not only am I have I gotten those early, but there's also like caught up with the English release, obviously. So this is the last thing, actually second to last thing where I've caught up to the English release. This being Black Clover Volume 23, as you remember in the last video where I talked about being caught up with the English release of Black Clover and being very tempted to read ahead in the scanlations or digitally or whatever. Finally, this is here. I'm gonna have to wait another 2 months for this show because this came out in November. Early January, Volume 24 is gonna come out. I'm very excited because we just got through a very quick arc with Gordon's family and going to the Heart Kingdom, and some very interesting developments going on, especially with the Spade Kingdom. Like, I can see the startings of what might be even better than the Resurrection arc with the Spade Kingdom. So, very excited, and I think with this, because it ends with a sort of a cliffhanger, like, they're gonna go train for 6 months so they can prepare to attack the Spade Kingdom, because the Spade Kingdom was attacking the Diamond Kingdom. I just realized I'm going through so many spoilers right now without even like adding a spoiler. I'll add a spoiler warning in post, but but I think with this, I can, because from what I've heard, the current arc in the anime, which is like canonical filler, basically explores like what goes on in the 6 months of the training or whatever. So in order to give the manga like a lot of time to get ahead. So I'll catch up to where I read in the manga and then probably start watching it, the filler or whatever, just because apparently it's being directed by Yuki Tabata himself. So it might be good. I don't know. But we'll see when I actually get there. Now let's talk about some of the extra stuff, like some of the spin-off stuff, I guess you could call it, for one of my personal favorite series. We'll start with catching up to the English release, because the last volume in this English release will be early next year, I believe March, and that is the Can't Fear Your Own World novels for Bleach. Now, I only have 8 haul videos on my channel, but I don't believe I've had a single light novel in any of those hauls. I do have some light novels, but I don't read very many of them. Obviously, I prefer manga, but very recently, I finished reading the first spin-off light novel for Tokyo Ghoul Days. Because I was able to finish that, and I really enjoyed my read-through of that first volume, and I do want to kind of get the next 2 volumes. But because I got through that, and because I personally love Bleach a lot more than Tokyo Ghoul, I decided to give the novels a chance, because they're apparently very good, and apparently fill in a lot of what couldn't be done in the manga because of Kubo's health. And as you can see, I'm about this far in the novel, and I've really been enjoying it so far. And let's look at this, another very thick volume, even thicker than Dorohedoro Volume 23 and Volume 16 of Tokyo Ghoul, which is crazy. So I wonder how thick Volume 3 this is going to be when it comes out in March. I'll real quick run down what happened, what I've read so far. So basically, it takes place directly after the final fight with Yuhabak in the Thousand Year Blood War arc. We got some stuff. We got some Grimjow, Nell, and Harry Bell. It's very interesting to see the aftermath of that. We got introduced to one of the other 4 great aristocratic families, the Tsuneyachido family, and the new head, Tokinada. And so far I'm very interested because, as you know, Shuhei Hisagi is the main character. We got some interesting interactions between him and Aizen, as well as we got an interaction between Kaname Tosen and Tokinada, which is very interesting. And we also got to see some more of Kugo Ginjo and Tsukishima, as well as Gyuriko and Ganju and Kukaku as well. So I'm very interested. The things that I want to look out for the most, like in terms of what I want, is I want more of Urahara and Yoruichi. Because now that the beginning of this novel has confirmed, like in the prologue, the first prologue, actually there's 2 prologues, now that they've confirmed that Grimjow and Nell both survived, like Urahara and Yoruichi obviously survived. And so I do hope we get to see more of them later on. And I believe we also see Shinji's Bankai later on, like way later on. Like, I kind of skimmed through the second volume, and close to the end, it looks like Shinji's revealing his Bankai. I don't think I can find it. Yeah, there it is, this image. So I'm very excited to read more of this. I've actually really been enjoying this. The thing is, I don't know if this is because it's attached to a manga that I already love, and I already know what voices I want for them, and I already know what they look like, and that's why I can read these like perfectly fine without losing interest or anything, because it's like it's got a pre-established canon and characters and things like that. So to test myself, I do have 3 light novels that don't have, or that I haven't read like a manga or watched the anime for. That being Spice and Wolf Volumes 1 and 2 and the first volume of Bakemonogatari. So I don't know when. I'll probably at some point test to see if I'm just really like starting to enjoy light novels as a whole now, or if it's just because I like the spin-off novels for series that I already love. Now then, for the last 3 things I have for this haul, it's just more Bleach. I believe I said it before, but I'll quickly say it again just in case, but I've become a big fan of Bleach over this year. I read the first 7 3-in-1s that got me to volume 21. Really enjoyed those, so I got the 2 box sets for the rest of the series, and I'm planning on maybe getting the first box set, so I have the entirety of the Bleach manga, and I also hope early next year Burn the Witch gets an English release, so it can go from the Bleach shelf to the Taite Kubo shelf. So that also means I gotta try and figure out how exactly I'm gonna get my hands on Zombie Powder, because I also am interested in reading that, the series before Bleach that Taito Kubo wrote. But here we got essentially some character books. This is Colored Bleach Plus, which for a while is just, about this amount, it's just a bunch of short little fun comics about different characters, which is really nice. I thought they were really entertaining. So if you're a fan of Bleach, I highly recommend it. It's just a lot of like good fun between a lot of the established characters, a lot of the established side characters that didn't get as much screen time in the main manga. Then after that, we get a lot of insight into the captains. This is specifically for the captains of the Gotei 13, basically, which is really nice. Thin, but it's very nice. Got high quality paper. It's obviously got a dust jacket, which is kind of neat. But I mean, there's not much under here. Oh, right. Forgot there's an alternate cover on this side too, which is really cool. And this is kind of like the introduction, at least I had, to the Seirei Bulletin. I don't remember learning about it beforehand, but that becomes like a kind of a plot point in the Can't Fear Your Own World novels, because Shuhei Hisagi is the editor-in-chief for that, and that's kind of why he went to go see the Shiba family, as well as why he talked to Ginjo and them, is for the bulletin. Oh, and that's also partly why, spoiler, we're gonna add so many spoiler alerts in this entire video, but spoiler, that's why Kyoraku, the new Captain General, was talking to Shuhei about the mysterious deaths of all the Tsuneyashiro family, like the head of the family, how they all mysteriously died, and how he kind of wants Shuhei to investigate Tokinada It's going to be really interesting. And obviously, as you saw them, the other two Bleach books I have are the Bleach character books, which cover the events and characters from the first 37 volumes. Unfortunately, there was never an English release of the third character book, and I don't think there's any more character books after that, which is kind of unfortunate because there's no way they would be able to do a character. This is for 21 volumes. They're missing volumes 38 to 74 for character books, so there's no way the third volume covers everything. But the fact that we didn't get the third one at all is kind of sad. But I have hopes that it might come to English because of Bleach's once again rising popularity. Like, the anime has always been popular. I believe there's TV Tokyo rankings showing that it's still in like the top 5 for anime, and I think that, along with the hype surrounding the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, along with sort of the positive reception that I've personally been seeing for the Can't Fear Your Own Wool novels, I think Viz might just capitalize on some of this by bringing some more Bleach things into English. Like, there are more light novels that were never brought over. There was also a specific book for the anime, for the original 2004 anime, which was called Vibes or something like that, and it never got released in English. So I think it might be possible that they'll release some of the stuff that was from Bleach, like the Japanese Bleach or whatever, that was never released in English, to capitalize on sort of the hype surrounding Bleach's big anime return, as well as Tite Kubo's return to the manga industry with his Burn the Witch series. So, who knows? Here's hoping that they re-release Zombie Powder or something, so it's not really hard, because I imagine that series is out of print by now. Alright. Oh, this is kind of messy, but I don't feel like spending a lot of time trying to set this up so you can see everything. I'll probably include a picture of what I'm going to use for the thumbnail or whatever. And with that, that is the entirety of the manga haul for this month. I'm bad at doing mental math, but I'll try and count how many they have. It'll be in the thumbnail and in the title, obviously, but 32 volumes. It could have been 39. I'm very good at counting. No, 40. But the package got very delayed for some reason. I can't go into details why, because that would kind of reveal where I live, but who knows? That'll just be for next month, which next month will probably be huge, because obviously the sales, the winter sale that Rights to Anime is going to have, and also because it's the holidays, obviously. But we'll see. Just watch out for next month. It'll be crazy, probably. And with that, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you want more manga haul videos. I do actually have a big think right now. I've got an idea for a different video that is not a manga haul video, but is still manga and anime related. Don't know if I'm going to do it because I procrastinate a lot, but it coincides with the release of something on January 23rd. So, who knows? But, yeah.